Hello, everyone. Welcome to Layout Hangout here at Trains in the Valley. I'm Corey, and I have Victoria here with me on the chat. And yeah, we're excited to run some trains. Got a lot of good stuff going on tonight here. Hope everyone had a great day so far, wherever you are in the world. And we'll give a couple moments for a few people to join here, and then we'll talk a little bit about last week's episode, or I should say live stream, and then we'll get into the improvements since last week. We were very busy this week on the layout and in our business. We did a 3-hour round trip today. We were buying an O-scale collection. I was crawling underneath the layout, getting to tear that all apart and everything. So a lot of exciting things going on. So yeah. And we got destroyed with the winter storm. It's been so icy and everything. So it's been really intense. Hello, Glenn. Good to have you with us. We got some trains to be ran tonight. Give everyone a minute or two to log on, because I'm really eager to talk about my redemption with the switch that I was trying to hook up. Hello, good to see you, Mr. Lamb. All right. Here's some Tamaqua representation. Got a nice MP15 Reading and Northern going here. I love those locos. Yeah, that switcher's gonna be busy tonight. He's kind of going in a circle, you could say. All right. So, as you might see, we have this switch hooked up. If you were here last week, I don't know what was going on. I felt like I was going crazy or something. But what had happened is I was all geared up to build this intermodal facility, which is very basic, but still a lot of fun. We're looking forward to what we got planned. But yeah, last week I was having some major issues. I couldn't get the frog wire attached. I found out that it was just crimped. I want to say crimped isn't the right word, but you probably know what I mean. It was squashed a little bit too much for me to get it connected. So I took a screwdriver. It took me 2 seconds once I had my right tools in front of me, and I got that on there in probably less than a minute. So I'm like, okay, that's solved. And then the whole, if anyone remembers, I was having issues. I didn't have the right curve. Well, again, that's because I had this project all ready to go months ago, and then life kicked in and the train business got really busy. And I kind of set those packets aside and forgot about it. But yeah, when it comes to the 33 1/4 curves, you're looking at the full piece, which is 18 degrees. Then there's a 2/3 version, which is 12 degrees, and a 1/3 version, which is 6 degrees. So I needed the 12-degree version. So when I looked at my program real quick, I think I was a little befuddled because I was live and things were kind of sketchy last week to begin with. So I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm like, I don't think I have the right thing. So I just kind of like, I don't know, just went to plan B, which was like, just hook up some randomness. But anyways, here we go, the grand event here. Got a nice spot for some of our intermodal containers. I'll just pan down here. We got a little decent area here. That one's DCC. It's one of the Bachman ones that you buy just DCC ready to go. Now, I'm probably going to do a mixture of both on our layout, but I figure since that's sort of like on like the main auxiliary line, it's not bad if I can just click it in but when I get deep into some of the yards, I'll probably honestly just be switching with my hands instead of trying to remember. Like, we have a big class 1 railroad yard planned, and I probably won't be able to remember all those numbers. So we'll see. That's going to be one of the next things that we tackle. But yeah, the whole plan here is, and I won't say that it's a completely original idea. There were a couple of YouTubers that did this as well. But let's see if I can make you guys a little taller. So we got the main lead of the yard. That's right here. But then in here, that's going to be like where I can pull in and store some well cars. And I know right now in the layout everything's grass green, but where this little truck is, the yard jockey there, we're gonna do like a roadway there, and that can be like the truck lane. And then when we get like a me jack and one of the other lift cars, that can help get the containers stacked and everything. I don't think it'll be automated, but at least it'll look a little cooler. But I will say this, it already looks cool compared to, I just had these intermodal containers all over the place randomly on the layout, and a couple random trailers. I see like a Walmart trailer. I think that might have been mine when I was a kid or something like that. A couple random things there. But my goal is to basically stack that as high as like a shipyard would be stacked, and it'll kind of block out some of the stuff that's behind it, which that's probably what we'll work on next time if everything goes to plan. So anyways, to kick things off, I'm gonna pull up an intermodal train, and again, like I said, we don't have the jacks and everything yet, but that will at least create some excitement. So let's see some well cars. All right, I'm pulling up the Norfolk Southern locomotive unit here. Coffee grounds, that's awesome. Yeah, actually, Bowser, they just started making coal loads under their English line. They're really nice. They're like, I think they're 3D printing the basis and putting anthracite coal on. Really nice. Hello, Kyle. We are working on the intermodal yard. It is all complete. We had total redemption since last time. I found all the parts that were like, you know what's sad? Like, it would have been one thing if the parts I needed were like in another building or something, but they were like almost like visible on camera. Like, I didn't see it. And I'm like, oh, there's the 12-degree curve I needed. So we got this all hooked up. We're running some intermodal, and I got a Chessie, a pair of Chessie diesels ready to come out tonight. I was thinking of you. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Gotta run some Chessie. That's my thing too. I'm wearing a Chessie shirt tonight, actually. Well, that's what's new. I'm usually that or BN. All right, time to test this out. See if we can get some well cars in here. I figured you'd like that with the Chessie. Yeah, mice. Well, let's just say, just wait till you see the next Rails to Retail episode. Yeah, it's interesting what you find in old buildings. Uh, yeah, mice are good at creating work when it comes to veneration projects, that's for sure. Thanks, Glenn. Let's see. Yeah, I have all kinds of different stuff going on here. Those old Red Burlington Northerns there, that I got it from like a used collection. It was destroyed, so I had to glue like the pretty much everything together. So it could be better, but it does look cool. Yeah, I got a bunch of different well cars here. Most of these are Cato. I really like the Cato ones because they're not super heavyweight, but they're, heavy enough to stay down and get the job done. We have some of the new Atlas ones and the spine car, that's Bowser there. We're debating if we want to go with more trailers or if we want to do more well cars. We'll see what we all figure out. I will say this, Victoria wants to eventually model a whole shipyard, so we'll see what comes about. Right. I don't have any magnets, so we're doing manual disconnects tonight. Honestly, I don't mind having a hands-on approach as long as I'm careful with my hands. I learned one thing about model railroading. Don't wear like a baggy hoodie, even if it's cold. It'll just parts off left and right. I learned that in the early days when I started getting some nicer stuff. Yeah. Hey, like that, I got reconnected again by accident. Gotta pay attention to the direction I'm trying to go. Yeah, are we still up and running, or was that just Hot Rod that lost us? Okay, good. We're used to like technicalities, but or yeah, what am I saying? Technicalities, technical difficulties. I mean, um, oh yeah. Hey Douglas, I want to take a look at your layout. Then it's been one of those weeks. We got slammed with back-to-back winter storms, and life has been interesting. We had 8-degree weather. Just discovered some frozen pipes today. So yeah, it's been kind of one of those weeks. But yeah, I want to kick back and take a look at that because I love looking at layouts and things like that. Like I really geek out over that. Hello, Steve. Yes, we are back in action here. Finally getting to enjoy this intermodal facility we were talking about last week. Glad things are going smoother here. All right, I'm gonna park this well car in here for a minute, then switch around some other other stuff. Yeah, that's a good good comment. Yeah, mice and wires, that hits a little close to home uh, at our new property. Oh boy. My electrician, and I just told him, I'm like, just wait till you see what was going on under the walls. Oh. Yeah, that's something sometimes with connections. It can be weird like that. Like the stream will be the first thing to go, but you'll still have the chat. I don't know. That's technology sometimes. Okay, we're gonna get some trains parked and we're gonna pull out some other stuff here in the arsenal. So the yard is somewhat small, but again, we just didn't have anything, any place to put our well cars or anything. So the the siding portion that can hold 3 cars, so technically like 9 wells, and then I guess the other part of it can just go around in a complete circle. So if we're simulating containers getting pulled off or put on, we can just keep moving that locomotive right around the track. So that's one thing that I figured that's at least helpful, but it gives a sense of scenery at least. That's what I'm actually kind of mostly excited about. Just the fact that we'll have that little backdrop going. It really looks like so much better than like a big spot of just random cars sitting around. So we're happy about that. But I've been known to make things bigger and better, so you never know what I'll come up with in the future. Okay, I'm gonna be walking around the layout a little bit, getting ready for some things to happen. So don't mind the silence, taking the.
Can you answer
Oh,
Steve's question?
yes. Yeah, sorry that for some reason the chat keeps disappearing on me. Let's see. Okay, good question. I plan on making a layout sooner or later and was wondering, do you think using Easy Track is worth it? So here's my take on Easy Track. For me, it's excellent because we're going to be moving a block or two down the road into our new train shop once we get that all up and running. So for us, it's going to be excellent because nothing's glued down or anything, and we can just take it apart and move it. And also, with that said, the layout actually already moved like 3 times since we've been fixing up the house that we're currently in. But it is nice for experimenting too. Like, for example, like facility changed since last week. Again, last week was a bit of an interesting situation to say the least. But what really is nice is like I can now granted, I realize that any kind of track you can, with some effort, you can rip up the nails and the road bed and, change things around, but it does involve a little more. What's nice is like, for example, I have number 5 switches installed. Well, let's say like right off the bat, I said, oh, I can get away with the tightest switches they make. And then like my 6-axle locomotives, fly right off the rails. Well, then I can look back at it and say, hey, you know what? I got to actually get some bigger switches here. So it's nice that you can kind of change things around. See, I really call this our test layout because we can experiment with things, experiment with different concepts, and constantly try out different stuff. So it's a nice way if you plan to evolve your layout over time. Now, granted, the other companies do offer a lot of options, and of course, you can mix and match stuff if you're creative with like getting road bed to the right level and everything. So it really just depends in a way what your needs are. But I personally been really happy with the Easy Track. Like I always tell Victoria, I'm like, I wish I had this when I was a kid because we just tacked down a circle and that was my layout, and then it was when I got a Switch, I don't think it ever got installed because it was a whole thing like, well, now we got to rip up the tax and stuff was getting destroyed, I guess. So yeah, it's really nice to like. I especially like it for kids that they're able to, you know, change it around and things like that. So it just kind of depends. Like if you have a layout plan in mind and that's just what it's gonna be, then yeah, I don't I it's still not bad, but again, maybe you would be more interested in like Atlas Code 83. Definitely looks really sharp. So there are different options like that, but that's just kind of like my 2 cents with the whole thing. Yeah, cold weather. Tell me about it. It's been brutal. Yeah, definitely good. Easy Track's good for carpet too. Yeah, that's absolutely. And that's true too. Like, if you have Flex Track, yeah, you can do whatever you need to do. So yeah, it just depends. You know what the plan is. See, we're eventually going to make a big community layout that we want to kind of go like really, really big with everything. And at that point, we'll probably just do like Flex Track and things like that. Might do Code 83 if everything behaves with that, which it should. It looks good and it should run good as long as everything's in good order.
Steve said that he rents and can't have anything permanent, so it probably need to be in a garage and he took it down.
Yeah.
So that
Yep.
easy track would be nice with that because it can be removable pretty easily.
Right. Yeah, that is perfect for being removable. Just like the layout we were taking apart well, we didn't apart, but we're gonna purchase the whole O scale layout. I was happy when I saw it was fast track and it wasn't glued down or anything like that. So it makes things easier, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna get another train pulled in here, or should say, get these center partitions out of the way and get that guy on the main line a little bit.
Say hi to Terry.
Hey. Hello, Terry. Good to have you with us. No worries about being late. But things are going a lot more smoother than last week. Got things all figured out since last time, which we love. But I know you watch our videos, so you already knew that. But yeah, here it is, the intermodal facility. It's coming along pretty good. I'm honestly really pleased with it. It's gonna look like Marysville any day now. Well, I should say that's not the intermodal yard, but I mean, we got some major train action going on. So yeah, I want to pull my BNSF locomotive out here, and then I want to get the Chessie Western Maryland units out. Love those locomotives. I want to try to represent modern day and classic too. Because again, you guys know I love the cat. Own train business. Yes, it's something I never ever thought would have happened. We tried so many careers, and yeah, Victoria said it. We started with $60. But yeah, hard work and discipline. That is true. Yeah, like hundreds of messages, which Victoria deals with that so well. But it's a matter of, like today, where we woke up at 7 a.m. We hit the road started buying a collection. Came back here, shipped a couple items. Now we're doing a stream, which is an awesome break, and then we're gonna do some shipping tonight yet, and then wake up and do it again. Yeah, I kind of feel like the Chessie cat is planned though in the future. We'll see. I think last week's conversation might have led to some rumblings of that potentially. Well, thanks, Glenn. Really appreciate that. Well, I will say this. We're kind of like besides ourselves in a way. I didn't even say that right because it's just like, yeah. So this week, one of our last videos went out, and I don't know. We did something right because like overnight we got over 100 subscribers, and only having, well, I shouldn't say only. Like to us, it's really good. It took us years to get our first 100 subscribers. So for that to happen in a day is just crazy. Like to go from, I think we went from 1,095 to now we're pushing. I think we pushed above.
We're 1,267 now.
1,267. Victoria said she got the live count up.
We got 200 in the last couple.
200 in the last couple of days. That's insane. So if that was any of you guys, really appreciate it. It is awesome. Yeah, and honestly, like, and I'm not even making that about us. It's about model trains. That's what it's all about. Like, by us doing these shows and having our shop and doing our videos and stuff, it's honestly helping, at least I would like to think that our work with that is helping to keep the hobby alive. Because, I think someone once said we're like a breath of fresh air. So, so that's really cool to hear. But thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. The cats aren't in this building, but we did used to have a smaller, like this layout when it was like a small, like a 4x4 when we were just starting out. It was up in the house, and one of our cats loved the layout, but in a good way. He wouldn't jump on it. He would just like sit off to the side, and he would just watch it like for hours. He just loved it so much. Like, he was really cool about it. But we have 4 cats, and the other guys, they were a bit of a nuisance. They wanted to run all over the layout instantly. I'm like, okay, you guys are out of here. They got ejected pretty quickly. Oh, man.
Hot Rod said he was thinking about buying old locos and repairing them and reselling them.
Yeah.
Do it.
Repairing old locos, that's the way to go because
a lot of people around doing it.
No, every day we get asked if you can repair transformers and old locos. And hey, I would love to, but we don't have the time. Like, like yesterday, it's like, sometimes it's like, oh, yep, I gotta sleep too. That's right.
Gotta take lunch.
Gotta take lunch, yeah. Yeah, we just don't have the time. But we're hoping to, find, some people. I don't know. We're figuring it out. One thing, I got my dad helping out a little bit, which is great. He's making some boxes for us. It saves time, anything that helps. So we appreciate that. Ah, a puppy. Well, I mean, I do like dogs just as their own pet. Yeah, the cats are pretty happy as is, I guess. Oh. Okay, we're gonna get this train on the main line here. I got excited. Sometimes I get really excited when I'm asked questions. But hey, that's what it's all about. Like, I don't know. Not to dig in, but I hear every day, I hear of stories about people go into train shops and like no one really greets them, no one wants to help them and stuff. It's kind of sad, I don't know, and I'm not saying that's every place. Plenty of shops where the people have been super cool, but yeah, I hear there's definitely not always the case. Let's see, Dr. Hobby. Okay, I'll have to check out. I'm just like in my infancy of like what's out there too. I always say by no means am I like the master by any means. I'm just really passionate about this. I just love, I don't know. I just love it. I love learning. Oh no, Douglas.
Douglas, oh no.
Literally just happened to me today. Oh man. See that, and that's why. So maybe I'll make a video of this at some point, but apparently like this really big hobby shop in the UK, they're closing their doors, and literally the title of the article says that they're blaming Gen Z because they're lacking interest in it. And I'm like thinking, well, again, and our mission is to make model trains accessible to everyone. Well, I think like if I was a 10-year-old and I went into a hobby shop where everyone's kind of grumpy, I don't feel like that would be like making the hobby accessible to me. But instead, if like, you know, if it's our shop, we're gonna be like, hey Victoria, tend the store for a minute. I gotta show them some trains, take them over to the layout and fire things up. That's making it, exciting and everything like that. And especially, not everyone, you know, we have this garage, but we're kind of, we're crammed in here pretty good until we get into a new place. But I realize it sometimes it's a space factor. It's not necessarily that they're not interested. So, we just have a different, like, maybe I'm overly positive. I don't know. But I would like to do sometime. Like, is it really, you know, we always hear the hobby's dying and stuff like that. I don't know, guys. Every time I go online, someone's building a layout. Yeah, sure, layouts are getting dismantled, but I feel like for every layout that goes down, it seems like someone's starting up, if not two people. So it just, it just takes a renaissance period, I guess you could say. All right, and here comes a locomotive I really like. It's a Intermodal ET44. Really like this. Now, I haven't explored out west too much, but I do appreciate when I see the orange scheme coming down the Harrisburg line. It's really cool. Only thing missing is a chain of these guys. Really cool loco. Even the roller bearings move. Oh, there's my cheat sheet. I figured I'd write down the locos that I was gonna run tonight. Don't mind that. Last time I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, I gotta get more of those wood loads for the center partitions. It makes them pop so much more than empty cars. That's for sure. And good to hear that, Glenn, that you have a good place, And I always, we really couldn't hold the whole industry on our backs. Sometimes I joke like when we hear like shops are closing and stuff, we don't really joke about it. But me and Victoria, we have casual talk, of course, and I say like, man, like that's more business we got to handle, which hey, everybody out, that's not a problem. But no, I like it's not really like the cutthroat competition that some people might seem like. We have trains that other people don't have and vice versa. So yeah, it definitely stings when you hear a really good shop if the owner's retiring. And you know that happened with a few, like two shops I used to locally. They went online, but that's their decision, of course. But I can't wait to have the physical shop because I just feel like that's the way you get business done. You can come in and show it run and everything. Yep, very true, Kyle. You gotta show them what it's all about. That's the only way. And you can't really blame kids for wanting to play video games and stuff like that. Like just like we all started playing with trains, or I should say, back in the day, once model trains came out, it made like playing with sticks and stones not seem as fun anymore. I'm sure when there were like 1920 Lionel trains and stuff, it was cutting edge technology at the time. And nowadays this is just awesome. But yeah, it's a wonderful hobby. It teaches carpentry, electricity, um, you know, precision for sure, computer programming practically, art, yeah. Victoria's just naming them one after the other. It does, Victoria's gonna be my artist. We're still waiting for some weathered and graffiti cars.
I'm gonna try to work on next week a little bit.
Oh, she says next week. Okay.
And I don't know if it'll be live.
Yeah. Ooh. I skip. I noticed it skipped there for a second, but okay. Interurban era. No, I'm sure Victoria's writing these down now. We'll do some. We'll do some research. Let's see. Hudson Model Railroad Club. Good. That is good to hear. Over 50 members. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, that's true. I'm in my 30s and I have a lot of customers that are younger. I mean, boy, there's some kids that are still in school on YouTube. They know more about trains than like, I don't want to say like I might ever, but my goodness, like, yeah, as soon as like there's company news, they're making videos about it. It's so cool, like really neat. Yeah, electrical. Yeah, it could be a good thing and a bad thing. Oh, I love it. We're just all here talking trains. And hi to all the 20. We got 22 people in here, and I noticed like too, like, I know everyone got busy lives and stuff, and I know right now we're just staring at an empty track here. I'll probably bring over the BNSF. I gotta get this Chessie out. But I just want to say thanks for spending your Thursday evening with us. Thursday train time here. And again, we're Corey and Victoria. Victoria's on chat. And just unwinding, playing with some trains. It's what it's so good to. It's a therapeutic hobby. I want to say it's free therapy, but not quite free, but nonetheless, it's very rewarding. Good to know, Hot Rod, too. I maybe Victoria Ray picked up on this too, but feel free to hit us up on our contact form on our website, trainsinthevalley.com. Sometimes we'll buy a batch of stuff and we're just so busy. Like we might have a bunch of locomotives that we're having issues with. Well, our problem could become your solution. You never know. We could definitely sell some off. I think at the moment we have a little bit. Yeah, sometimes when we buy collections, like they didn't run for like 30, 40 years, and Honestly, I've took some apart, and sometimes it's a loose wire that has to be resoldered. But
Or a
again,
battery.
yeah, or a battery. Yeah, we had an MTH engine. The other week, I was so happy when that got going. It was the 9 volt. It had like the BCR unit. It's like the aftermarket batteries that you can put in them, and it basically had like a 9 volt clip. Well, the positive was off. It was just loose. I'm like, yeah, no wonder this loco didn't work. And then we're like, how many more maybe were like this, just from getting moved around until it got in our hands, and that, well, on our end, it's definitely nice when it works. It's kind of can't exactly get top dollar for a loco that doesn't work, and it was beautiful. that that could be a plan too. We can do some business together. Yeah, I mean, the reality is right now we just, we don't have a repair guy for HO. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of demand for different things like weathering and all kinds of stuff like that, you know. That's what's kind of fun about it. You can kind of find your corner and, sort of, do a business that way too. So, yeah, it's really fun. All right. Well, I think it's time to figure out how to get this Chessie loco on the railroad here. So I'm just gonna need a moment. I'm gonna have to cross over some trains and, just make sure that they're everything like that. So I'm gonna be stepping away for a quick second, and we'll get that guy on the road. I'm sure Kyle will appreciate some of the cars on there. I just love my Chessie covered hoppers. All right. 1 second so we don't have extreme derailments or anything like that, but that guy out here on the main line. And Victoria, you can let them know, anyone that might be joining now, just say, locomotive is coming. Just go it out. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. So, oh wow, Corey shorted it. Yep, that's right. I shorted it for a minute. Okay. Okay, I gotta get this chassis fired up, but it's.
Kyle says there better be a Chessie Caboose on here.
Oh, I
Uh-oh.
better improvise real quick. Where is my chassis? No, I gotta get a chassis caboose straightened out. I currently have a really nice Bachman one, but it's horn hook couplers, I think. So that guy's on the workbench, I think. But since you mentioned Caboose, those Norfolk Southern cabooses from last week, well, as you guys kind of well, I won't say predicted, but you acknowledge they were really nice. Yeah, they're flying. I think I have like maybe one or two left already. And that's how, like, new stuff's weird. Like, some stuff, it'll just sit for a year and then it'll go. But some stuff's like the moment you have it in stock, it flies. Probably our most intense item of all time. Atlas made some Tropicana cars that were like the modern reefers. Boy, those things were desirable, that's for sure. We didn't have enough. Like, they were gone before they came in. Like a year before they came in, they were gone basically. You know, we could only wish that happened all the time, but oh well. You can't always predict what's gonna happen. Okay. Let's break out these cats. Where are they? They're on the other side of layout. I gotta get them moving.
I love that we have Chessie fans.
Yes. Yes, Chessie fans, that does make my life easy here. I can please. But I'm just getting started with the chassis because I'm gonna do like maybe like a cement facility or something. I have a bunch of like 2-bay hoppers or so I'll be breaking that stuff out. I gotta go see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I have like DCC switches, but I'm in the process of renumbering them, so I gotta get all that stuff in order too. So I have to run across the layout to make sure everything's cooperating. But when it's all set, it'll just be a button or two away, so that'll be really cool. Okay, chassis locomotive is incoming. Well, I really should say chassis train because we got a pair of diesels here. And I'm trying to think what they actually are. It's been a moment. It's escaping me for a minute. I had these guys for a little bit. Well, I forget what they are actually, but I love them, and the horn is one of my favorites. So, just another second or so. Definitely makes me appreciate like how a 16 by 12 layout can kind of feel big. Like it's like, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely grateful for that. That's for sure. Took quite the work to get this all pulled together. Okay, here we go. It's coming. There they are in their pride and glory. I really like Western Maryland Chessie especially, but they're all good.
Chessie?
Chessie. I have to go digging though for next time. I definitely have more hoppers and covered hoppers though.
Way more.
Way more.
EMS Productions wants to know if he hears an idling -9 or if he's hallucinating.
Nope, that's the -8, the Norfolk Southern, right there. Yeah, he's getting ready to get some containers loaded, I think. Catching up on some comments here. Yes, Cabooses. I definitely like Cabooses. I have to get a good Chessie one here. One of my favorite things in the future, I'll show you guys something when this train's done, which it's just about complete here. I definitely want to get some end of train devices. I have a couple, but apparently not enough for all the trains here. But I'll show you guys one of my concepts with Cabooses. Since we all know that now in the modern era, which of course, yes, Chessie, we're cheating a little bit there. It's, you know, but yes, we are trying to do like, you know, a modern railroad, but, you know, of course we're gonna sneak in some classics here. But something like this, for example, now this we got weathered. I couldn't part with it because it just looked destroyed. Really good. So like, for example, BNSF, this was definitely an old BN caboose. So they'll use it as a riding platform, or sometimes you'll see like, I think sometimes they call them shoving platforms. And of course, you know, you might see it on a maintenance train or something like that. So yeah, there's definitely a place for Cabooses. I definitely I have a fondness for doing like maintenance on the rail. Like I have a lot of ballast gondolas and things like that. So yeah, that's something. Just need some better couplers on this guy, but it's really, really cool. That weathering just looks annihilated. You know, and then of course I got this one handy too, which doesn't look destroyed yet, but I really like bay window cabooses. So yeah, maybe one day I'll get one of those fancy tangent Chessie cabooses. Those things are crazy. Like I think they're like close to $100, but they have all these LED lights and things like that. Who knows? We'll see. Or I'll just get a $4 one like this and upgrade it. We'll see. Let's see. I gotta catch up on.
Sleeper came. He said, "I have packing up to do. I came in at we're closing a location." So he came from the video.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I explained a bunch of stuff in the chat.
Yes.
Sleeper said.
Yeah, we. I don't want to call it clickbait, you know, but you know, the train shop closings and stuff like that. Yeah, it gets people's attention because it's kind of what people expect. Like, oh yeah, another train shop's closing. What's new? But it's like, well, yeah, we're doing that so we can get this big crazy train shop going. Sweet. Good to hear, Kyle, that you were able to pick them up. Yeah, they are sharp. I know some people would be like, $100 for a caboose, you say, but yeah, when I really saw like what all the features in them and stuff, they are the sharpest things ever. That reminds me, one of our good friends, Tracy, that was actually helping us work on the property. He gave me some, well, not give, but we did a trade on some things, and I actually have a few tangent Chessie hoppers, and I just saw them the other day. They're kind of still hiding out. Victoria's like, what?
I didn't know we didn't do anything with those.
Yeah, we didn't do anything with those. And that's code for like, I'm not sure if I want to keep.
Sure if you wanted
Yeah,
them or not.
Victoria knows now. She's like, oh yeah,
Oh, I understand.
you weren't sure if you wanted them or not. Yep, that's what we do here. No, I've been pretty good lately. I haven't taken too many things other than like a billion containers that you see in the background, but let's see. Again, trying to read. Every time I start reading the chat, it disappears. I swear, like the first time I had it locked in, that it didn't disappear. So apologies for not keeping up with everybody, but yeah, Sleeper, that sounds like a project there, but that that's good. It's always sad when we I don't know, we see people that get trains and they, well, we see all kinds of stories with our collection buying and stuff like that. It's kind of sad sometimes when it's like, it's either going to you guys or it's getting thrown out. It's like, oh man, like ouch. That's rough. So good thing you're doing the right thing. Hello, Uncle H. Tangent Chessie hoppers. Okay, we'll see what Victoria says. She might says do it. We'll see. I want to at least like get one out of the pack ready. But from what I understand, it was Victoria's making me laugh now. From what I understand, they were like new conditions. So we will see.
Maybe an unboxing.
An unboxing?
On the Hangout next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, do it.
No, she's saying, no, we won't see. We're going to do it.
Oh, I'll just have to, like, do a survey.
A survey?
Figure out how to do it.
All good to hear, Uncle H. I know we keep sending you these projects. We really appreciate your support. Yeah, I think we had like 60 orders on our website yesterday, and like at least that we had to ship. I think some of them were like, on Monday we couldn't ship because of the holidays, so things piled up a little bit. But we had this crazy, like, I almost call it an ice storm because it just like, I don't know, it like sort of tried to melt, but then it got really, really cold. So yeah, I just couldn't, I don't know. It was hard to navigate already. Oh, Victoria with that pole there. And let's see. Shannon, hello. Good to have you here with us. Oh yeah, scale trains. Yeah, scale trains. I'm pretty much drooling to become a dealer for them. If you guys are watching, please approve us. No, they I guess with like scale trains buying some of the MTH HO stuff, and they bought up a couple other companies. I guess they're just trying to get like everything in order before they bring in more dealers. But yes, I would love to be a dealer for scale trains. Even though it does kind of seem like they prefer to just sell directly, but I would have no problem stocking their products. I absolutely love the stuff they're producing, especially because it's modern and it looks good.
So far, everyone said yes. Voted.
Yeah, everyone's voting yes. No, I'm all about that. That's not a problem on my end. Break out some Chessies. No, honestly, from like, I forget how like far we got into the whole thing, but with this whole getting a property, like we've been looking for some time, and this thing just like fell in our laps. It's a long story, in a way, but yeah, it
Just the circumstances of being able to buy it.
yeah, the circumstances, everything just kind of like came together with the whole thing. But that's a whole, when it's all said and done, that's a video of itself, just about how things click. Even though it's a huge project and it's, we might seem over our heads, but yeah, it was pretty sweet. Yes, yeah, I always have to give the spiel when, so our original booth is in Elizabethville, Pennsylvania, so that's in Dauphin County. We live like on the edge of Schuylkill and Dauphin. We're in Schuylkill. Sometimes I say we're in the middle of nowhere, and then that makes people a little concerned when it's like, why are you building a train shop there? But we live on a decently busy main street, so that's definitely helpful. But yeah, we're literally in a town called Valley View, Pennsylvania.
Valley.
Yep, exactly. That's why we're called Trains in the Valley. We always knew the day was coming. Yeah, so, yep, Pennsylvania. About an hour north of Harrisburg, I would say so. And that was the main thing, like the Duncannon location that we're deciding to close. Really, the biggest reason is it's an hour drive away from us, and we have 60 orders to ship some days. We have snow to shovel. We're gonna move our house, into the new house, but we gotta gut it and replace it and start over practically with that. And then we got a train shop to build, and then we got another place to stock. So it's just like, yeah, a little bit too much. So we figured, hey, instead of having like two booths in malls that are hard to get to, let's get, hone in on the one that's 25 minutes away. It's right next to Walmart. We can get our groceries. It's just kind of a nice little round trip. So that is basically the general gist of what we're all doing. Yeah, I have a feeling that once it catches on, Glenn, that the neighbors will be pretty excited, because there's really nothing to do in our town. Now, I know a lot of people, they might say that, and then you go to their town and like they have like 8 shopping malls and stuff. It's like, you guys got a lot going on.
We literally live in a farm town.
Yeah, we live in a farm town, and yeah, it's one of those things where I think like it would give kids another option. Again, we were talking about that earlier, but and right now it's like either work on a farm, or play video games. That's pretty much the options, or whatever. Of course, there's a few sports and things like that, but like for anyone that wants to do something creative like this, it's going to give an option, because again, we want to do a community layout where people can just, come in. We can show them the layout. If they want to build buildings, cool. We will employ people to build whatever they want to. So, yes. And yeah, I know the big loaded question. When do we anticipate to open the store?
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything, Victoria says. Well, I would love to say.
You saw the product. If you watched the video,
Yeah.
You saw it's a complete remodel of a humongous building.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear her over the idling trains, but yeah, she's like, yeah, it's a big project. Yeah.
Complete remodel.
Here's the thing about it. We're literally like, whenever someone buys from our train shop, we're generally putting 10% of the money right into it. So Someone spends $100, that's $10. We just bought a sheet of drywall. Like that's one way to look at it. I know so far I didn't really talk about like the money aspect and everything, but I feel like we got a really good deal on the property. So the fixing up, it's not, it's not too bad. It's just, it involves some muscle and planning and all that stuff. But I kind of enjoy that. Model trains have kind of changed me, and I'm kind of excited to destroy and rebuild, sort of like this intermodal yard. Everything I built last week, I destroyed. I rebuilt it. It's looking a lot better.
Is there a train going right now?
There.
Different train coming.
Yeah. We still got the Chessie one
Chessie's
going.
coming back.
Yes. Yeah, things got a little congested, and that's what we're going to work on. Either we'll work on it next time, or I'll work on it in a week so it's ready for you. But I have a bunch of track that's disconnected right now, and what that's going to do is all the trains that we see there in the background, kind of where the Burlington Northern conveyors are, the bathtub gondolas, it's going to connect all that stuff. So that's going to give us 3 really big lanes. And that way we can park some locomotives in there and stuff like that. So that's the next thing. With it's going to shift a little bit. Yes, intermodal crane is coming. Well, I didn't order it, but it is going to happen. Yeah, we want to get one of those. I think you pronounce it Mijak, M-I-I. Pretty sure it's Mijak. That'd be really silly if that wasn't how you said it. But yeah, we want to get one of those. And boy, if a company would make one that's remote controlled, wouldn't that be the coolest thing ever? You could just play container mover, yard jockey all day. That would be sweet. But yeah, next time I gotta get some more of the. I got some Chessie covered hoppers. Where they're hiding, but we'll get some. I think I did actually see a video once. It was, I forget if it was like a hack of like a German-made intermodal facility that someone bought, and they wired it all up and had like a little joystick for it. It was really cool, but I'm pretty sure someone figured it out, And then if you guys just watch Miniature Wonderland, anything's possible, It's so awesome, yeah, this railroad here, it's in its infancy compared to, what we'll be able to do. And again, I want to find the balance between, going all out and also knowing that we're going to move this, and hopefully sooner than later, that it'll be in the center of the train shop for all to enjoy in person as well. But we will see. Railroad museums. The first one we went to was Hagerstown, the Roundhouse Museum. That really kind of lit the whole spark.
Go again.
Yeah, we do need to go again, because when we went there, we didn't really know
We should do a
anything. Yeah, meetup or video, something,
Do a meetup.
We like to go to Hagerstown. It's 2 hours south on 81 from us, but it's an easy drive.
Isn't there one in Hamburg? Like the big
Yeah, we went
rail train?
to Hamburg. It's I guess you would consider it's like the Reading Railroad Historical Society. They had like I forget what it was called. Was it like Rail Fest or something like that?
Something like
They held it in the summer one time, and they have a really nice collection of stuff. So yeah, real trains, and then they had a couple vendors and stuff, some model trains. I'm like, hey, why aren't we doing this? We did that. We have to do Strasbourg by all means.
That should be a meetup.
Yeah, and Steamtown, we kind of we did a quick run of Steamtown, but we have to do a lot more. We
Ooh, B&O one.
Yes, B&O.
Where is there an engine you want to see somewhere, like in Maryland?
Oh yeah, the Chessie locomotive in Erie, Pennsylvania. I want to get over to that.
Isn't there one in Maryland though?
Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, we want to go to B&O too. That is a good one. I know that the Pennsylvania in Strasburg, they have like a Conrail unit. That's definitely on the list. A good
summer full of traveling to railroads.
Yeah, we could travel a lot.
It should be a big series.
One of the coolest things is one of our friends, he did some work for Reading and Northern, so we kind of got this like exclusive tour of their headquarters in what Victoria's getting so excited. She's like, I can't. She's talking over me.
Well, we're so busy that we don't get to do this stuff much. And when we did do it, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, we are trying to find the balance. Like right now, it's like, like I said, it's a luxury to be able to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. But, we did really get busy here, so we're hoping to get back to that balance where we can go and enjoy some trains and outings and things like that. But, yeah. Well, I was trying to think of the town, Port Clinton. Yeah, we got to see Reading and Northern headquarters. And what was really cool is that was right before they unveiled the 2102. We still saw it in it looked like it was in 20 pieces. I'm like, they're never going to get this. That was a T1 also. But yeah, 2102. Yeah, that's Reading and Northern's. But yeah, now it's restored and it's a beast. I didn't hear about the PRR, or is that the one? I know that Terry, you mentioned about like rebuilding a T1. Was that the same one, the 5550? And that's the thing. I hear these facts and like one day ends and the next begins, and I didn't get to read about it. Oh, okay. Yes, that is the one. Okay. I'm making connections in my mind here. Yes. So then I have heard, but I didn't get to look into it. But yeah, that sounds like a project. But hey, like I said, with the, what Reading and Northern got accomplished, anything's possible, that's for sure. Sweet. That's cool to hear. 2100. It's really cool. Like, it's no easy task to restore a locomotive, right? But it's really cool. Like, just that honestly should say something about trains right there. Like, there's still an interest. Of course there is. And it's really cool. I mean, we, again, where we're located, again, now, I'm going to name drop all the places we didn't get to visit yet because we're so crazy busy. And we're kind of latecomers into the train thing, by the way. It's only been like 7 years that we've been like really honed in. Like, I swear like 7-8 years ago, I never saw a train run at all in real life. So yeah, we're learning a lot real fast. But like, I'm grateful for the area that we're in because again, we're close to, a lot of places like Harrisburg's so busy, and then you have Horseshoe Curve, Steamtown, Strasburg, Reading and Northern excursions. It's just really cool. Like, we're just in a neat little train area. Some other countries, all their steamers are scrapped, and here we are riding around for fun in steam engines. It's cool. Yeah, that's what happens when train guys get together. Knowledge gets dropped, and it certainly isn't always from me. I know about track and cool schemes and my favorite locos and Chessie the cat. But beyond that, you guys just take over, and I love it. I know I'm rambling and talking here, but honestly, if you guys think I'm a good talker, I'm definitely a good listener. I love hearing stories and, you know, just all this knowledge. Because again, in our little town of Valley View here, we have a branch line. We see a locomotive once or twice a week with a couple propane cars. A little bit further down the line, we have some anthracite coal getting picked up. But, it's no Norfolk Southern Main Line by any means. But we do appreciate it, though. It is nice to see. Okay. Just realized I've been going a little OT, but I'm sure no one seems to be complaining too much. What? Victoria's like, it's all good. We'll ship when we ship our products. We'll get it.
Tell Rodney I got his email.
Okay, Rodney, email received. At this exact moment, I just remembered these are a pair of SD35s. Love them. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, what they were. But, yes. They are cool. They're Atlas locomotives that I just couldn't resist when they first came in. I'm like, I don't have any Western Maryland chassis. So, yeah, had to get that pair going. And we're trying to get situated here. There we go. Yep, I was just I must have been anticipating the weathering comment, because I was just gonna say, I'm like, I don't know if they deserve to be destroyed completely, but since here we are in 2024, yeah, it would make sense to get a little dirtying up, a little rust running down the rivets and off the roof and all that stuff. Yep, Victoria is on it. Yeah, I figured that I would give her some old $4 Bachman cars to get started on, and then we'll move up to, the tangents. Oh, man. But yeah, weathering will definitely make them pop. Maybe a little graffiti. Don't know if we'll go overboard. I know that's a controversial topic. But it is how they look. Some cars don't get hammered too much. Like down our way, we don't see a lot of the hoppers get graffiti. But it just depends. That's a good question, Terry. Yeah, so, well, I'll answer. So I recently went to the Allentown train show, which me and Victoria are anticipating to do very soon. It's time that we do a train show. But yeah, I went there, like, we literally had like a pre-order come in from the shop, which you never know when that's gonna happen. So yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm broke, but my dad wanted to go. I'm like, well, okay. My cousin was going, and my dad's like, yeah, I'm going to go with him. I'm like, well, I'd feel silly not to go to the train show. So there I am, I didn't even have, I think my dad spotted me to even get me in. I'm like, man, I'm like broke. And yeah, it wasn't.
You didn't have cash.
Yeah, I didn't have like literal cash in hand. Yeah, well, yeah, in our town, the bank closed, so we don't have a ATM or anything. It's real sad. So, it just caught me off guard. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have, any dollar bills in my pocket, but I'll go enjoy some trains. Well, it wasn't long to I spotted a couple things, and I'm like, man, I wish I had a couple bucks. Well, I was happy to hear that my dad anticipated this, and he was responsible and visited a ATM. So he had, I think, like $60 on him. Found some really cool stuff, so I was really grateful for that. In fact, actually, Do I have one of those cars? I think I have one of those cars.
Answered his question, though.
Well. My point being is, I went to a train show with no money and still left with stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to. Now, to be fair,
See my comment?
let's see what Victoria has to say. Maybe you need a certain type of coupler and they don't have it. Yeah.
You're like mission mode.
Mission mode.
Like literally the only thing you're going in the shop for.
Oh.
And they are out, and you're like straight
Yeah.
faced, not looking at the inside of aisles. You're just going to that section. Then it's like next time.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean. I did go to a couple shops already, and like I said, if I think I literally went to a train shop one time, and the guy like said, "Are you planning on buying anything today?" I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, I didn't reveal that I'm about to become his competition. Yeah, that train shop's closed. Just saying.
Not because of us.
Yeah, not because of us. Other factors. But yeah, like in a situation like that, and then like you go through the shop and like everything's like list price, it's kind of like, well, guy gave me attitude a little bit there for no reason, and yeah, I think I'm heading out. So yeah, there are times like factors like that, like if like I've been in a shop already where I think like the prices were like above list price. I'm like, wow. I'm like, no wonder people are shopping online. But in a normal situation, I usually pick something up to support them, because I always enjoy it. I always enjoy the train shop vibe, hence why we're doing it ourselves.
So to answer Loretta's question, yes, you can walk into a train shop and not buy something.
Okay, so I guess official answer, it is possible for me to walk in and not buy anything, but it can be the exception.
Oh boy, Kyle.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, yeah, it was one of those ego things, I think, well, like, I'll say it this way, like, here we have HO scale in front of us, but I want, like, if someone that comes into like our shop and they do O scale, I'm not gonna say, oh, that stuff's junk, HO's better. Like that's kind of like, like he literally like he had HO products, but he literally like the whole time I was in there, he was like, yeah, everyone knows O scale is the superior scale, and it's like, all right, and I'm not saying that HO is. What I'm saying is there's going to be different situations. N scale is like the superior scale out west because, people don't have as much space. And then you can also get into, what's it called? Like the modular setups. Those are so cool. Like you can fill up a whole convention center, just bring your section of the N scale layout. Like that's so awesome. Every scale has its own thing to it. Huh?
Are we gonna see a train?
We gonna see a train?
Yeah.
Get the Reading? Okay. I'm gonna switch. Then I'll switch it out real quick. Victoria, why don't you come up? You can chat with the people a little bit. They don't. I'll show you how to work this. T-scale. Yeah, T-scale's out of hand. It's like as tall as a pencil. Here. All right. So sometimes the chat disappears. So
you just have to kind of touch the screen.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get another train out here.
Yeah, Corey's gonna get more trains, and I am now within earshot of you guys. Yeah. T is insane. I mean, N's small to begin with. So, then there's Z, and then there's T. It's insane. I mean, I think HO is hard to work on already, and that's well, I just have big hands, but I like HO. We like HO around here. I like these hoppers. Do you just have to hit live chat again? Is that what you do every
If you
time?
just kind of start scrolling like over there, it'll come up.
Didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah,
I tried.
I don't know why it goes away. It's a shame it tries to hide these wonderful comments. We really do appreciate it. So
Glenn says Z got its name due to it being the final small scale that couldn't be shrunk more or something like that. Sleeper says this channel is going to be addictive.
Well, just like the hobby.
Terry said, considering how that shop owner treated you, Corey, it's not surprising he's out of business. Well, thank you, Barbecue, and thank you, Kyle and Glenn, all yous, for saying that our channel is going to be addictive. Well, just the general nice things that you guys are saying. Appreciate it. We're just here to make trains accessible to everyone. And, you know, sometimes there's people who like model trains and they just don't have the ability to have a layout in their house. So then this is one way that they can have trains accessible, by watching people enjoy it on YouTube and chat about it. You love the retail videos? Thanks. It's real life, that's for sure. Trying to get work done on that property. It's been a little hard with how cold it got here. It was down to teens this week.
8 degrees.
Yeah, 8 degrees. And it's been literally like pretty much no dice. It's been making sure the pipes don't freeze and shoveling. I listened to Alice in Chains when I was a kid because my mom always listened to Alice in Chains, so I knew exactly what you were saying. Now I instantly have a song in my head. You just have to say Alice in Chains and it's like songs are in my head then. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. This is probably my favorite intermodal right here, Maersk. I love Maersk. Looks like the Chessie's coming back. Oh, he's parking. He's coming, but it's going to be a tease. Corey's stopping it right before the camera.
Oh, no, I'm parked. I'll bring him up.
Oh, he said he'll oblige now that I said something. Okay. One more time. Here's Chessie. Blow the horn. Yeah. Choo choo. So you're backing him up, putting him in a siding. Is that what you're doing? No. Or are you just stopping him there? Yeah. And then the Reading's coming around again? Is that what's happening? Or I should say, is it Reading or Reading and Northern? Reading and Northern's coming. So you guys got a beautiful... Corey didn't even know he was stopping it, that we got a beautiful view of 7435. Nice. Yeah. It's awesome having the sound. Like, you can do DC and, like, it's still fun without the sound, but it's, like, such a cool experience having the sound. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Glenn. Okay, Reading and Northern's coming again. I think I gotta back up so you can see it a little better, though. Reading and Northern. And then PPLX hoppers, those are beautiful. And these are Bowser's, these hoppers. Bowser makes some nice models.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those. We got to get more connected. They're all on those dead ends that we have in the distance. So we'll be getting more of those hooked up next time. Again, we were on the road today, so it was a scramble to get ready tonight. But
yeah, we bought an O-scale collection today. We were about almost 2 hours from home, so that was probably one of our furthest trips.
yeah.
And we didn't even get everything. We got like the freight and the locomotives today, but we'll be going back probably when it gets warm in April to help tear down like the scenery. And like the man who did the layout, he had passed away, but he did mountains and hills and like he did trees and like all kinds of buildings. So we're gonna go help his wife tear that down when it gets warmer. But we got the freight and locos today, so probably maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks we'll be digging into that. But some of it will go to our one shop, so it just depends what's left.
Yeah, it was really a clean collection.
It was.
I like this. Okay. I figured I would connect something here. Then ask about Cabooses a little bit. Here's a really nice caboose that Bowser produced some time ago. And pretty sure, yeah, this one does actually exist for the excursion lines. Definitely a sharp red and yellow scheme there. But yeah, I'm still waiting for them to make Broadway Limited, possibly to make 2102. And I do have their 425 locomotive. And I forget what they have another light steam engine. I forget. It's like is it like 445 or, oh, you know what? I can't think of the number off the top of my head. But it's another small blue locomotive that they usually park around Reading or so at their station. But I didn't see that one come up yet. But yeah, we are planning some excursions on the layout here. Canadian 460, I forget. Might be. Yeah, I forget. I think Lionel actually made one in O-scale the one year in the one catalog, like maybe 2-3 years ago. But I didn't notice anyone do it in HO yet. We're still waiting for some Reading and Northern passenger cars. But I'm guessing the thing is we can probably customize a lot of those because they're basically, a lot of them kind of look like sort of Pennsylvania and schemes. They're always experimenting with different schemes and stuff like that. New trains. We're always new trains. We love them. Trying to think if there is. I know me and Victoria were excited. We want to see some Norfolk Southern Heritage units, I believe. The new scale trains ones are looking pretty exciting. So that might be on the wish list. But I still got some stuff to break out of our yard and show you guys in the weeks to come. But with that said, I know we have some orders to get out tonight, so at some point we better.
YouTube channel recommendations.
Yeah, I know we're getting a lot of good recommendations for the watch list. Called Washington District Rail Fan. Cool. You know what? That's cool to hear because, like, you know, I tell Victoria, I'm like, I feel like sometimes we're the only people. Well, not. I don't want to say the only people doing it, but if you guys know of anyone else that's actually building a model train shop, like from the ground up, like, you know, a physical store, I'd love to hear it. You know, especially for the support between us and them would be awesome. But yeah, I haven't, like, you know, researched extensively, you know, but you never know. Maybe we're the only two people crazy enough to do it, and maybe crazy enough to pull it off. No, I'm pretty confident that we'll pull it off, and that's all thanks to awesome guys like you, you know, just the support. And I will say this, the live streams here, I know we're just kind of getting started. I think tonight we actually figured out how to, you know, get the screen facing the right way. We're getting there. But beyond all that stuff, this has really been encouraging for us because it's really easy for us to say, like, so tonight, are we going to run our trains or are we going to work on the business, you know? And you kind of get stuck in that, like, always working and never enjoying the hobby. You know, we've been in that cycle every now and then. So this is a really cool way for us to get refreshment, take a step back, just have some fun, talk some trains, run some trains. It really is, like, more therapeutic than you guys know. It's really fun. So, you know, I'm glad you guys are in here having fun and, you know, talking trains and everything like that. Let's see, reading. I'm reading. I'm getting into the story here. Sleeper. That's cool. Yeah, you can't go any harder in the trains than living in a train. That's awesome. Hey, S Express, what's up, man? Yes, Atlas MP15. That is our guy. I got the 3 that they made, and I'll tell you what else. This was a little bit of a project. I don't know if I want to destroy this guy now. It's a beautiful loco, but the Reading and Northerns actually came from Norfolk Southerns like this. So Reading and Northern has 4 of these, so I might just make a patched unit with the Norfolk Southern unit because we caught up by us a town called Tremont, and we saw 1540 going through. Right when they got it set up, it was still black. It was patched, really simple, and we got to see it going through. Now the updated one here, this one has ditch lights on it, so that's really sweet. I wish the Reading and Northern ones did, but that was before it. So, and this is really, like I said, really sharp looking loco. So we might give it a quick patch job. Might keep the Norfolk Southern on there. Just do like a day 1 look for, I think it would be unit 1541. I think that's the one that we're missing. And then we'll do a nice chain up of 4 of them and do some serious yard work. But yeah, it was really cool. Like, we live along a branch line. Well, not along it, but, you know, 10 minutes up the road is a branch line. And I always feel like they kind of test stuff out. Like if it passed, you know, I don't know if they call it the Tremont test or what, but it seems like if it passes the test, then it's good to go. We saw some really cool stuff, like the GP39RN in the maroon scheme. I can't even talk. It was so awesome when that went through. And I think that's the same time we saw the MP15, and I was just like, man, what's going on here? The first time I ever took Victoria rail fanning, I was like, yo, get ready. This is going to be awesome. It was Oh, which was it? It was one of their bigger units. Like I think it's like the SD80 that they have. I think that's what it was. Honestly, I forget what the number is. It's slipping my mind at the moment. Of course I'll think of it when we go off air. But yeah, it was one of Reading and Northern's kind of classic units that they had, and we show up at the propane facility, and I'm like, yo, here it is. I'm like, this is my favorite loco. I'm like, get ready, Victoria, it's about to get crazy. And she's like, yo, this is so cool. I'm like, because again, in our small town, it's easy to miss them. Like, they come through twice a week. So that was the day that locomotive decided to break down. After 20 minutes, she's like, are they taking lunch break? I'm like, I don't think so. Yep, it sat there for 2 days. Uh, I think, at least like 24 hours until they got it fixed and hauled off. It was so sad. I'm like, man, my favorite unit. And then I was like, is it dead? Yeah, it was traumatic. So, but yeah, that was her first time out rail fanning locally. I'm like, yeah, this is about to be crazy, and nothing happened. Oh, but we did get to see, I think way back on our YouTube channel, we have a video of Reading and Northern, one of their, um oh boy, one of their trucks, going onto the rails. Again, brain's not working. I'm trying to think what they're called, but we did get them like engaging into the tracks, like their tires going up. And yeah, let's see. What do we have here? Bed and breakfast at Rockville Bridge. Well, that's tempting. That could be fun. Like, yeah, down there, like, you guys have the busiest line, like, in the world, I think. Like, anywhere we go to watch trains, still nothing beats, like, around, like, the Rockville, Marysville, Enola. It's just so busy.
He's from Hamburg.
Oh, Hamburg.
He's from Hamburg.
Yeah, yeah. Just saying, well, okay, yeah, I got into Harrisburg mode, but I'm just saying it's like crazy that it's like so intense. Yep,
Actual north end of Enola Yard.
yep, it is. It's cool. Yeah, it's almost guaranteed to see something. So, yeah, that's always exciting.
Ask him what the bed and breakfast was called, if you remember.
Do you happen to know the name of the bed and breakfast? We can look it up, but Victoria was curious. But yeah, we finally found like I think it's called like the Marysville Lookout. You can kind of see the yard there. I think that was on YouTube one time. It was so cold. It like my face was almost peeling off. Like, it was bad. I have like dry skin, and when it was like 20 degrees and like whipping wind, I'm like, man, I look like I'm in pain, and I was. Um, but yeah, we gotta get back to there too sometime. Not this week though. Man, weather is brutal right now. We don't live in Pennsylvania for the weather, that's for sure. But we do enjoy our trains. Bridgeview B7B. Okay.
Thank you.
Or B&B probably. Yeah, Bridgeview. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, that's what, as I was saying, I'm like, yeah, that's B&B. All right, thank you, Hess Express. Appreciate that. We might just get a vacation after all. Caboose Hotel in Pacific Northwest. Somewhere that has cabooses for hotel use. F45. Oh, yeah, GM Blue. You're speaking our language, Glenn. We love that. Yeah, I gotta get my Great Northern train out at some point. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna say at that train show, I was talking about that train show earlier. I did pick up a couple really nice Rocky pieces. And I couldn't resist this guy. It was actually like really good deal. It looks like it needs some maintenance because it's like not centering. It's an old Bachman, but I'm like, hey, you know what? For a couple bucks, can't go wrong. So again, that's what I picked up when I went to a train show with no money. I made it happen anyways. Yeah, Strasbourg, yep. I'm aware of the Caboose Hotel. One time I was driving by and I was snapping pictures of all the cabooses. Love that. That's definitely tempting as well. Yeah, when we have our train shop built and we get bored and we want to take a vacation, there's gonna be plenty of spots, that's for sure. I'm just ready for it to warm up so we can like get into sealing up this building and really get into the fun stuff. Right now it's like, boy, it's hard to work when it's like 8 degrees. Whew. Well, this is awesome. We really love the support. We almost been on here 2 hours. That's awesome. I feel like we probably should get going. We got some excellent customers that made some orders on our website, and we want to get them on the road here. We don't like to make people too nervous that we're not shipping out their stuff, so I think we're going to get into a nice little 10 o'clock shipping session here. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow. We're working on a new video. Considering this week was a little chaotic with the weather and everything like that, and maybe we got behind a day or two, but we'll get it out over the weekend by all means. Yeah, so that one's gonna be pretty good though. Like I said, we'll have some footage of the collection that we were buying and everything, and who knows what else we'll get into tomorrow. Hopefully we have a big warehouse day. This last collection of HO scale, wow, I'm impressed by it. A lot of really delicate and things like that coming up. It's a lot of work, a lot of, you know, if you like breathe too heavy on the stuff, it like disintegrates. No, I won't say that, but it is delicate stuff, that's for sure. Oh man. Yes. I know, we wish we lived closer to Harrisburg too. But we do like
We're only an hour though.
yeah, I know, an hour, but still, like I said, that's the whole issue with the shop and everything like that. But then again, we like the valley. All right, Terry, we'll see you next time. And Glenn, absolutely, I agree. Definitely, winter needs to calm down a little bit. You know, we didn't get any snow last year, practically. I don't think I shoveled for like 2 years almost, and now it's like, oh boy, it's keeping us busy. Hey, thanks so much, Kyle. We appreciate that. I'm glad, like I said, a little redemption from last week. I couldn't get anything plugged in and didn't have my curves. It was a rough time, but we stuck through it. All right, well, we'll see what else we get figured out till next week, and we'll keep the trains coming. But again, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate the support with the channel. You know, like we always say, let's keep this hobby alive and well. All right, well, guess we'll be calling it a night here as far as the live show goes. Again, thanks again. Feel free to check out the website. We got new and used items going up every week. Usually over the weekend, we're dropping, you know, our goal is to get about 120 items up a week, which, trust me, being we're 2 people, that keeps us very busy. And you guys keep us busy too with all the awesome orders. We appreciate the support so much again. All right, well, everyone take care. Hope you guys have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to the next show. Thanks again. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.